Turkish Airlines Euroleague. I feel devotion.
Italy's fashion capital hosted the Turkish Airlines Euroleague Game of the Week. How the regular season groups shape up after 3 games. A master of one of basketball's most thrilling plays. We dropped by Piraeus to catch up with Vasilis Spanoulis of Olympiakos. The adrenaline rush that is the best of the week. Milan, the city which is home to Giorgio Armani. Fashion and basketball combined in the same name. The city that hosted the 3rd game of the week, EA7 Emporia Armani and Anadolu Efes. Both teams lined up after a defeat. Gallinari and Ilyasova knew very well how important the game was.
We missed a really good chance in Madrid. We know that. We played a great game, but we couldn't win the game. So we know that now we got to win this game at home and take care of our home court.
Yeah, it was a really disappointing week for us last week, and we lose not great against great team, and we really, was disappointing, like I said. But thing is Euroleague, a lot of game in front of us, and especially this game, against Milan, it will be important, to beat them at home and to get advantage again.
Now down to the nitty-gritty. Efes faced up. The players' concentration promised well. But Milan was playing at the Forum. Home games are too important in a group like this.
Another double team, another steal. Here comes Kinsey the other way, and he's going to slam, making it a 4-12 start for the visitors. Kinsey gets to the three-point line, gets a shot up, gets it in. Terrence Kinsey.
Efes took a strong lead to close the first quarter, 9-22. Milan attempted the comeback, under the watchful eyes of television from around the world. Efes held on strong to go into the halftime break, up by 12.
Ilyasova with his 3rd baseline jumper.
Even during the interval, TV never sleeps.
Mancinelli goes the other way. Big steal and layup dunk by Stefano Mancinelli.
The home team rallied, but Kinsey slammed the brakes on Milan.
Gallinari ahead to Futz as he finishes this fast break, and we have a 3-point ball game. Steps back, 3-pointer by Vujicic, hits it, Sasha Vujicic.
Kinsey put the icing on the cake to wrap up the 54-62 final score. The alley-oop is one of the most exciting plays in basketball. Admire Batum and Aking Bala. There are 3 kinds of alley-oops. The short pass alley-oop, most of the time after a pick and roll, like Huertas here for Vasquez. Or faking it, then moving to the basket like Kazun, assisted by Garrett. Here is the passer who's the decisive actor. The long pass alley-oop. Look at this one. Here the contribution is the same for the passer, Diamantidis, gauging the flight, and the receiver Smith, jumping at the appointment. The middle pass alley-oop. Here is the organization that is the decisive factor. Look how Fotsis, the jumper, on the baseline knows what's going to happen, and how Cook, the passer, knows where the teammate will be for the appointment. Or hear how Blasingame and Lapeta both read the helping position of Lakovic. In any case, you need either a great passer or an outstanding jumper. Then there's Dr. Ali and Mr. Oop, the man acting both moves. His name, Rudy Fernandez. Luke, 1, the Terminator. Look at this move. First the brain, he fakes to the half court. Then the legs, look where he can jump. Two, the inventor, both times for Tomic. On the right side, on the left side. Now pay attention to how he thinks it through. He recognizes, he reads, he decides, he assists. Rudy, the two faces of Dr. Ali and Mr. Oop. Caja Laboral remained undefeated in Group A. Benet Cantu advanced 2-1 and Fenerbahçe Ulker edged Sluk Nancy to grab its first victory. A tough game in Vitoria between Caja Laboral and Olympiacos. In a thrilling finale, Spanoulis buried a big three-pointer to tie the game 79-79 with 8 seconds to go. Time enough for Prigioni to race to the other end of the court and net the game-winning shot to push the Spanish team to a 3-0 record. Benet Cantu won 78-69 over Bizkaia Bilbao at the Paladesio. Martin Lunen hit 14 points and Andrea Cinciarini 12, while dishing 6 assists for the home team. Alex Mumbrou from the losing side was overall top scorer on 20 points, but it was Cantu's leading marksman, Giorgi Shermadini, 16 points with 7 out of 8 from the field, who made the difference alongside an outstanding Markushvili in the closing stages for the Italian lineup. With 6 players in double digits, Fenerbahçe defeated Sluk Nancy 90-86. Fabo Sefolosha led the way, scoring 19 points with 6 from 7 two-pointers by the final buzzer. The turning point bridged the first and second quarters when the Turkish side had a 17-point unanswered run to lead 34-17. John Linen for Sluk Nancy rewrote Euroleague history, dishing 15 assists, which set a new record for a single game. Ahead of the final Group B game between Panathinaikos and Žalgiris Kaunas, CSKA Moscow continued its perfect regular season by wiping the floor with KK Zagreb 89-47 on the road. An almost perfect game for the Russians, who remain undefeated after 3 games. Kazlauskas' team took the lead early in the first quarter with a 16-0 break and never looked back, dominating the evening with Nenad Kirstic 15 points, Andrei Kirilenko 14, Andrei Voroncevic 12 and Sami Mechia 10. All told, it was an off night for KK Zagreb. Despite a noisy crowd in Bamberg, Unicaja Malaga pipped host Brose Baskets 79-78 in a key road win for Mateo's team in the Turkish Airlines Euroleague regular season. Brose Baskets got off to a great start through Marcus Slaughter, the king of the paint, but early in the second quarter, Unicaja came back with Errol Rowland, Tremel Darden and Gerald Fitch, driving Unicaja to a 4-point lead into half-time, 42-38. It was a tight game in the second half, when with 13 seconds left on the clock, Brian Roberts drove Brose to a 1-point lead on 78-77. But with 3 seconds left in the game, Bernie Rodriguez grabbed a fundamental offensive rebound and notched the basket for Unicaja's victory in a heart-stopping finale. Malaga now sit on 2 wins and 1 loss. In 2009, Vasilis Spanoulis lifted the Euroleague trophy with Olympiakos' arch-rivals. He was named Final Four MVP and also clinched the domestic double for the Triple Crown. Enough to satiate anyone's hunger, you'd think.
When it's the time to take the trophy in your hands, a lot of memories come in your mind. All this that you pass through, all the seasons, all this time that you work on the floor. But when you get there once, you want it again. So this is my next target with my team, Olympiakos. One day to be in front of the trophy and to take it.
He made his Euroleague debut in the 2005-2006 season, and he was already thinking like a champion.
I was ready to play in the Euroleague, I had big confidence on myself. I was 100% sure that if I'm healthy, I can make very good things. I worked hard about this. Always in my mind was how to be the best.
Although he knew he couldn't do it all on his own.
Individually, you cannot do nothing. You do the best, and you need your teammates, your team. It's very important. We play a team sport.
The 29-year-old point guard has a pre-match ritual worked out to perfection.
I try my stress to be creative, not to have influence to my game and to my mind. I try to think a little bit the game, to think every time my opponent, because opponents and players are different, to clear my mind and to be ready mentally, more mentally than physically. Physically, I know before the game, but I will be okay, but the most important is to be also mentally. Many times in the game things does not come like you want, so you have to be ready for everything.
One of the most positive aspects of playing in the Euroleague is the chance to see new places.
That's beautiful. You travel in different cultures, different countries. Every stadium and the fans of each team are different. You know that you will go to Partizan, you will see this atmosphere. You know that you will go to Barcelona, you will see one different atmosphere. When it's your first time, you are a little bit confused and you don't know what you expect. But when you get through the situation, it makes your journey much better and you enjoy more.
Despite years of success, Spanoulis is under no illusions that this season will be different for the team from Piraeus.
This year we have a totally new team. We cut a lot of our budget and a lot of new players, new system this year, new philosophy. We need time to show what we can do in the floor. It's not like other years that you can speak before and you know that, okay, blah, 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 we are great, we have to go to Final Four. For sure, this is a goal. This is a goal of this team, but we have to speak more in the floor and to show our picture in the floor.
Taking inspiration from the classic 60s movie, the 6 teams in Group C are bunched in 2 groups after 3 games. The first group with a 2-1 record and the second with 1-2. As expected, it's the most uncertain regular season group, the only one with no more undefeated teams, erasing 2 zeros. Real Madrid's loss and Partizan's win. Other than the game of the week, with the road win of Anadolu at Milan, Maccabi forced Real Madrid to its first defeat of the season, led by an outstanding new point guard, Jordan Farmer, a playmaker able to score and pass. But he wasn't alone. How can we forget the hooks and the dives of Skortianitis, or the jumpers or triples of the eternal Blue, or the delightful technique of Devin Smith. Another outstanding performance from distance by Lacey Carroll. 4 hits out of 5 attempts after sinking 4 out of 4 against Milan last week. But it wasn't enough for coach Lazo to avoid the first Euroleague defeat of his career. A first defeat followed by a first win for Partizan. And like Farmer for Maccabi, the hero of the game was an American point guard, AC Law. And like his fellow countrymen, AC showed short and long distance shots and assists. Now, if you have a start like him, and at the other end a Terminator like Nikola Pekovic, the major surprise is that the first win came after 3 games. 15 out of 24 for the couple in the paint meant outstanding penetration and attacking skills for the Serbian champions. Spiru aimed to pull off another road shock and stayed in contention until the last minutes, thanks above all to Mallet, Hill and Shenegalia. But it wasn't to be, by respecting the law. 5 points in a row, the last one gave coach Jovanovic his first reason to smile inside.
פפלוקס, איזה כדור שלו, איזה כדור! מהלך ענק של פפלוקס בפארמה. I feel devotion.
Regal Barcelona and Montepaschi Siena had similar games in Week 3 of the Turkish Airlines Euroleague. The 2010 champions ruled Unix Kazan in Russia, ending the game with an amazing assist-turnover ratio, 19-7 in total. Erzem Lorbeck and Pete Michael were almost perfect, combining for 40 points and 18 from 21 on field goals. Top-level guards like Marcelinho Huertas and Juan Carlos Navarro added 10 points and 8 assists, and 19 points with 4 assists, respectively. Unix had no answers. Tero Laide led his teammates with 14 points, but the Russians lost their second game at home in a row, 93-65. That was on Thursday, after Siena and also Union Olympia Ljubljana did a good job at home the day before. The Italian squad dominated Galatasaray Medical Park 103-77, led by the combo Makaleb Kaukenas. The point guard produced a perfect performance, adding playmaking to killer instinct. He finished the game with 19 points in 25 minutes. However, it was Rimas Kaukenas who was the game's top scorer with 24 points in 27 minutes. Igor Rakocevic got a slice of action and scored his first 4 points with Montepaschi. On the opposite side, Luksa Andrić scored 12 points in 22 minutes. Danny Green was the man to watch in Ljubljana. Union Olympia's guard was the best man on the floor at the Stozice Arena, scoring 23 points in 25 minutes. The home team led by 16 early in the last quarter. The guests cut the trail to 6 points thanks to Oliver Lafayette and Alonso G. Then a couple of free throws by Green and the last 2 points from Ben Woodside closed the door on Asseco Procom as Ljubljana won 70-62. Here we are back with our podium. It's not pure stats, more just true winning players. And the choice regarding Game Day 3, Believers, was really hard. Bronze medal, Bernie Rodriguez. No mistakes from the field, 2 from 2 from the 3-point line, and 1 from 1 2-pointer. Plus 3 rebounds and 2 assists. Not bad. Add that the one-on-one is this. Your team down by 1, the loose ball finishing in your hands with 7 seconds left, the shot almost blind and off balance, the basket, the victory. Only the bronze for Rodriguez, because he was unlucky with the following silver and gold medals. Silver medal, Pablo Brigioni, just 1 basket from the field, this one with 1 second left. For 28 minutes he played just a normal game, like many others in his career. Then the spark, with this assist. To follow, a rebound, a foul drawn, another rebound, 2 assists in a row for Serafin and for San Emeterio. To cap it all, the masterpiece. Gold medal, John Linen. A record wins a gold medal every time. Linen with 15 assists beat Papaloukas' 14 in 2009 and Edney's in 2004. John delivered an unbelievable variety of assists. As point guard, he set up easy shots for his teammates, but that wasn't all. He invented spectacular basketball for dunks, layups, or even easy baskets. Congratulations, John. For you, a historical gold medal. There are 2 players in the Euroleague who move me to tears. because when I see them, I see the perfection of basketball fundamentals. Their names: Devin Smith and J.C. Carroll. And I had the pleasure to watch them in the same game Thursday night. Devin, taller, better by 2. J.C., faster, better by 3. Both are masters in playing without the ball and with it. And not only. Luke, 1 on 2-pointers, lifting the shot to avoid blocks. Devin moves, fakes the shot, plays the pick and roll. A little hesitation, then the rainbow jumper. Devin again, he waits in the corner, fakes the shot, then starts to the middle, anticipating Tomic with the shot. Now JC, look at how he steps out the screen, like Devin. How quickly he crosses over to dribble, and, like Devin, anticipates and lifts the parabola in front of Skortanitis. 2 on 3-pointers. Let's start with JC. Look at him at the beginning, stepping off a screen. Now he's standing for a good spacing. Suddenly he sees his opponent in a wrong position, so he first cuts and then swaps side. Now he's absolutely wide open to shoot. Devin knows where to go. He tells Farmer, "Wait a second, I'll take my place." Then he goes to the corner, first helping the penetration, then allowing the best outside pass. Then it's just so easy to score. 3. What about the running in transition? JC runs the sideline to catch and shoot. Devin is the last trailer in this transition, so he runs not too fast. Suddenly he also recognizes the situation and changes speed. He knows how, when and where to catch the ball for a good triple. Devin and JC, the essence of basketball. The assists. Number 2, Theo Papaloukas for Richard Hendricks. Theo changes shirts, but the class remains the same. Number 1, Milos Teodosic for Nenad Kirstic. Theo went to Tel Aviv, Milos to Moscow. Do you remember when they were playing together? The dunks. Number 2, Thabo Sefolosha from James Guest. The only doubt is, what's best, the dunk or the pass? Number 1, Sergei Baka. Nothing more to say about the dunk. Fantastic. Another doubt about this one. Study the eyes of Rudy. Is it a missed shot or an ingenious pass? The blocks. Number 2, Boniface Ndong over Vladimir Veremenko. Is it possible to block? Ask Boniface. The answer is yes. Number 1, Mirza Teletovic over Lazaros Papadopoulos. Who can block a hook shot outside the zone of a 2'10" player? Mirza, of course. The plays. Number 2, Deon Thompson and Danny Green. The fake before starting, the move on the baseline, the bounce pass. All this stuff would be enough. The dunk makes it magic. Joint number 1. In other words, never allow the ball in high post when you face these teams. Bouncing or not, these are the results. The key date is October the 29th, 2008. Partizan defeated Real Madrid 81-77 in front of 7,000 fans at the Pioneer Arena after dominating the last 5 minutes 15-8 and cancelled a kind of guilt. The Real guilt. Because that was, in fact, the first victory in the club's history against the glorious Spanish team after 12 consecutive defeats. Partizan Real Madrid is not a simple basketball game. The history of the teams, the romantic stories of the players that year by year have worn those glorious colours, create a magical atmosphere that makes this game special, always. Belgrade and Madrid are two capitals of European basketball from the 60s until today. Real has entered the initial months of a new ambitious era with Rudy Fernandez on the court and Pablo Lasso on the bench. Then there's the interesting duel between Lasso and his counterpart, Vlade Jovanovic, two upcoming European coaches. But the real show will be on the court. Real Madrid likes to run with the explosive talent of Fernandez, Sergio Llull and Martínez Pochus. A trademark style in Madrid, perhaps not so in front of the passionate Partizan support, which pushes the home players on to double their efforts. Partizan is a solidly built team. Nikola Pekovic, one of the best centres in Euroleague. A possible danger for the Real Madrid big men. Sergej Baka and Ante Tomic could be facing some foul problems. A harsh blow for Novica Veliskovic, sidelined because of a leg injury. Real Serbian will miss the clash between the only two teams of his career, meaning there'll be one more fan at the Pioneer, and a very special one at that.
Turkish Airlines, Euroleague.
I feel devotion.